Greetings everyone, welcome aboard. My name is Joseph James. Welcome to your live trading recap, schooltrade.com, sidewaysmarkets.com, February 28th, 2011. We're just finishing up a very short month of February. Boy, this month always just sneaks right by us, doesn't it? We take the first week off in January, right? Because we're on vacation end of the year. And so January is always a really good month for us, right? We did about 30,000 bucks in January, had a great month in January. But then you've got this little tiny month of February, right? February's only got 28 days, unless of course you kind of leap year, but February seems to just slip right by us. And now we found ourselves knocking on the doorstep of the last month of the first quarter. Now March, well, I don't want to say it's a tough month, right? I was born in March, so I can't say it, right? I can't be too upset with that month. But at the end of March, we started getting the end of the first quarter. Right? I don't want to get too complicated with this stuff, but the end of February seems to always come too fast. We had a great month February. We finished off a great month here in the room. But we're now going to March. We'll talk more about March, but the end of the first quarter is notorious for being a very difficult time of year to be trading. Now, the end of March, now, of course, we've got a full month of March, right? March has 31 days. So we have a full 4 weeks of trading in March. So the end, right, the last, right? We have an OPEX, we have a quadruple witching, right? End of March. We have a lot of stuff at the end of this very long month coming up to be careful about. All right, guys, just giving you a heads up on what this type of year or what this time of year looks like. All right, we finished up though the month of February here. It's a Monday morning, and it's an end of the month Monday morning. Now, guys, if you're taking notes this morning, you want to make sure you write down end of the month can go anywhere. We've seen some month ends that were huge, right? Big volatility up and down. Lots of trades. We've seen some final days of the month being very slow and sluggish. Now, usually what happens when you've got the end of the day, or should I say the end of the month, on a Monday or a Tuesday, oftentimes that will result in some sluggish price action. And we knew that was probably going to be the case this morning. So it's a Monday morning. It's the end of the month. Professional traders are not trying to get too tricky today. They're trying to finish up their month, get their numbers done so they can get those numbers out to their clients. So professional money managers, end of the month on a Monday, they're not doing much, right, besides getting out of positions, unwinding some of their trades, because again, think of it in the form of the big money out there is trying to make our clients, right, think we're doing really well every month. So we're going to try to get all the profit lumped in February. Right? That way I can start clean in March. So the big money traders are doing everything they possibly can to unwind some of these trades they were in, take some extra profit, right, and pad those numbers so they can get them out to their team. All right, guys, so finishing up the month of February, that was on our minds all morning. Now, there wasn't a lot of chatter over the weekend. I was very surprised. Okay, remember what happened on Friday? Friday morning was a huge day for us. We did 3,000 bucks on Friday. Right? Another big day in the fast track. But what happened on Friday afternoon? Right? Towards the end of Friday, right, we began to see prices all over the place. Well, we knew that potentially, and of course, think on Monday morning, right, the Asian markets, right, they've got a heads up on us. So we knew this morning coming into a Monday end of the month, we knew it could have gone either way. We could have had a lot of news chatter over the weekend out of Saudi Arabia and out of Libya and out of supply and demand over crude, but that didn't happen. And we were talking about on Friday about if we had a lot of news chatter over the weekend, get ready for a real rocky Monday morning. That didn't happen. Okay, so not much chatter over the weekend, which meant this morning we came in thinking to ourselves, we've got to look for some speed. Right? We talked about that in the morning prep this morning. We talked about how we didn't really have anything to be looking at yet at 7:45, so we just simply sat on our hands and we waited for price to give us something to work with. If we would have heard all that chatter, we would have been a lot more aggressive trying to find patterns early in the morning because we'd expect, of course, these markets moving. All right, guys, nothing out of the news over the weekend. We began with a very basic wedge pattern on crude. Now, a wedge pattern, two trend lines, right, that intercept. And we, of course, sold the highs in the wedge. That was the first trade of the day on crude. Then we came down for a couple of wave patterns. We finished up with a wave pattern long on the crude and then jumped over to gold. Right? So a wedge on crude. We sold the highs, selling the highs into support on the 21 range. Got in for a long trade, right, to buy at support. Gold was very slow most of the morning. In fact, we'll take a look at the gold chart and you'll see we had two patterns on gold that we ultimately had to kind of sit on our hands because there was no speed. Very slow most of the morning. But we had a couple easy targets though, guys, and this was where a little bit of extra work ahead of time came into play. This morning on gold, we said, you know what, guys? We know it's very slow out there right now, but let's be prepared, ladies and gents, for what may come later on this morning. And we noticed we were going in a sideways range at that time. Sell the highs, buy the lows. That's exactly what we did on the gold, right? Now, what was the best thing that happened today? Well, what was the big key for today? The fast track. Once again, every day, whether you're a guest or a member, we're going to give you the exact entry, the exact stop, and the exact target on your fast track. We'll show you guys more of that here in a moment. But we gave you guys 7 winning trades today. Now, I marked down 5 of them because 2 of them were real high risk around the news times. All right, but guys, 7 winning trades, right? I marked down 5 that really fit our rules perfectly. Guys, 5 winners today on the fast track. Again, if you're a guest, you took them. If you're a member, you took them. One of the great things about this room is that even if you know nothing about trading, I'm going to get you guys, even as guests, into a couple winning trades per day, because I know if I can prove to you this method works, right? Imagine what you'll do, right, as an advanced member. So we made a killing today on the fast track method, right? We took 5 winning trades. We saw 7 winning trades. And of course, that made this whole day even better. All right, so how do we do today here? Let's see how we did today. Now again, Monday morning, end of the month, right? We knew it could have gone real fast or real slow. And it didn't go real fast, right? It went real slow. So I didn't get a ton of trades today to take. All right, but what I did do though is, you can see here on the fast track method here, we got 2, 4, 5 trades, right? 50 ticks total. On the advanced method here, right, 2, 4 trades, one of them being a scratch, right, that last gold trade. Notice at 1050, right, at 1050 it was a scratch for the advanced method, but look here, 1050 on gold, right, that was a winner on the fast track. It was amazing. Today was a good example of where when I tried to scale out of my trades, I tried to get complicated, right, and try to maximize my profit. Sure enough, the fast track with one target, right, no scaling out, very simple, makes more money than I did on that trade. So this confirms for us, guys, it does not need to be complicated to make money. In fact, most of the time, right, keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. That's usually where we're going to get the best results. Trading is no different. So we can see here, guys, that's 90 ticks of profit for my advanced method. Okay, 90 ticks on 4 contracts, skilling out of trades, right? Trilling your stop, using tape reading, using volume. Okay, you'll learn that advanced method as a member. But then the fast track method, right? 5 trades, 5 winners, 1 target, 1 stop. I give you guys exactly where to get in, where to get out. Many of you guys had your 30 tick goal filled before 10:30 this morning. So you can see the fast track made almost as much money as the advanced method did, and the fast track is so much simpler. So remember, guys, it does, just because we're told we need to be seeing everything. All right, guys, this was something I learned at a very young age in my trading career, to keep it simple. All right, there's lots of things to watch every day, but I want to watch what makes me money. And we talk about that every day in our live trade room. If you missed it this morning, guys, you missed 50 ticks of profit, $500 for guests, right? I give you the exact entries and stops and targets. All you do is come in and jump in with me. So if you missed today, you missed a lot, guys. 90 ticks, $900. That wraps up a great month here. Over 33,000 now for the month of February. So a very short month. You can see 33,000. That breaks our record from January for 31,000. So we're having great months here, guys, every month of the new year. We'll keep you guys posted the rest of the month. Well, now we're done January. We're done February, so we'll get started with March tomorrow. All right, guys, 64,000 for the year so far. We're having a great year of 2011. Now here's my dollar. Right? Let's take a look at the marks we took today. All right, where do I begin every day? Now this is all in the morning prep. The morning prep, we talked about the dollar this morning. And we talked again about this 77 even level, right? We talked about this big round number of 77 even. And we said if the dollar drops here, expect price to rise. But remember, guys, whenever we talk about the dollar, I always want to remind myself that a rising dollar after we drop is just as important as the falling dollar itself. Remember, everybody, we got to make sure we watch the dollar, what's happening right now, right? Not what happened 5 minutes ago. You could see, you could easily get wrapped up in the wrong direction. If you looked at this chart in hindsight and said, wow, dollar dropped, I should be a buyer right now. You're wrong.